Hi, this is Wayne Brown, your life architect. Welcome back to the next video in my series of taking you through the 5 steps to finding your soulmate. Now today's video is about appreciation. Now, being able to appreciate is now having taken the previous 3 steps where we've let go of your past, we've found out who you are at your core, your values, your beliefs, your goals, the things that are important to you, the skills that you have. All of these things that you bring to a relationship that make you an amazing partner, we then have to now, that we've got this appreciation, is find out who our dream partner is, because we need to appreciate them as well for who they are. One of the big challenges I had in my relationships was people wanting to change me, thinking that I was broken, that I needed fixing. This created resentment within me and then created problems in the relationship, and therefore they didn't work and all sorts of challenges. So now that I realise I'm not broken, I don't need fixing, I just needed better tools. Same as yourself, you're not broken, you don't need fixing. You're perfect the way you are, you just need better tools. So this is about learning to find the other side. So you have some people that say, here's me, and here's my partner. And I need them to make me whole. This isn't about that, because that's impossible. They can't make you whole. This is about finding where your morals, your goals, your beliefs, your values match so that there isn't conflict. But also, this is about finding the areas where you have a weakness, where there's something you're not as good at. So then, in your partner, we create a strength. So you end up with these various pieces, so that when you lock together, you have, there's you and there's your partner. So instead of making each other whole, you complement each other. So you make a more cohesive unit, a better team. It's not about making you whole. So each of those can be whole on their own. Because even though it may not be a strength to you, it's not necessarily a weakness. It's just something you're not inclined to do. You don't really like to do it. You'd rather delegate it to someone who can do it. Like for myself, one thing that I'm not good at is paperwork. It's not something that I'm natural at. I'm more of a creative ideas person. You put me at a desk doing paperwork, I get bored pretty quickly. I like doing this, talking to people and having fun, creating videos, this sort of thing. So for me, that was my weakness, was paperwork. So for a partner, I needed someone that was analytical and logical and able to apply themselves and just focus. And that was what my partner had. And there's all these other different things where we have all these strengths and places where we complement each other, where the other one doesn't have as good a strength as that. So that's one of the important things, is finding out the things that you bring that make your relationship amazing, and what they bring that really takes it to the next level. Because there's no good you being amazing if you don't find someone who's also amazing. Now, the next part is uncovering your hidden true worth. Now for myself, there was a number of things that I had, and one of which gave me an amazing insight into my past relationships and how I had, because of my lack of awareness of this, I had created the problem where the relationship didn't work. Now what it was is I had this gift of a thing called hospitality. That means I like holding dinner parties, I like looking after people, I like making sure everyone's having fun. And it's something that I do naturally, I don't have to think about. So when I'm having a dinner party, everyone's enjoying themselves. Conversation flows easily. I've set it up so everyone can enjoy themselves. Problem is, and this is where my insight was, because I did that so easily, with my 2 marriages especially, I ended up doing all the cooking, all the shopping, all the cleaning, basically all the domestic duties, as well as having a full-time job. Because this is what I like to do. I like to make sure that people are enjoying themselves. But the problem is my partners would take advantage of that. and I'd end up doing it all rather than them contributing. And then again, it's that resentment that came up. So that was one of my big insights. There's other gifts that I bring to a relationship that make it work really well. Again, it's that strengths and weaknesses thing. So there's things that you have that you may not be aware of, that once we dig in and find them, you can bring to a relationship to make it amazing. Now, because I'm aware of this now with my lady, I can do all of this. She's grateful for it, she's appreciative, and our relationship is good because of it. Because there's that nice balance between me giving and her taking it, and being able to not feel used or abused. So that's one of the ones that's really cool. Now the other thing as well, this is what I call my dating test template. Now this is a system that I created. I pulled on a few other bits of knowledge, but I created the system itself. And this is where, in a very short period of time, when you're out and about socialising, looking for a partner, you can screen partners and work out who's a match, who's not, and who you should be talking to more. Now there's a number of parts to it. The first one is the approach. Now for a lot of people, approaching someone is terrifying. There's fear of judgment, there's fear of ridicule, there's fear of rejection. There's all of these different things that stop people from even approaching someone. So what I do is I work with them and we create a system where they can approach someone and have like a script to follow that is personalised to them, to their personality, to their character, to their goals, their beliefs, their interests, that sort of thing, so that they can go up and talk comfortably and not risk that rejection. So that's really important. And then the next part is you want to filter. Now filtering is where, as you're talking to people, you'll realise they fall into one of three categories. Now the three categories is there a no match. Now no match means you walk away. You don't do it nastily, you do it nicely, because you want the next person that comes in to be able to have a nice experience. You don't want to set them up for failure. So within a very short period of time, because the approach is only a couple of minutes, the filter usually takes around 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how quick you get with this. So within 10 minutes you'll know whether they're a no match or not. And this is testing them according to your values and things that we've already found out. Or you find out that they could be a friend. Now the good thing about friends is you can have lots of them. Now the wonderful thing about this is because you're filtering them out according to your values and your morals and your beliefs and that sort of thing, you'll know that they'll be a good friend because they're a pretty good match. And that can be people of the opposite sex as well and the same sex. Now, if they start to tick off a lot of things on what I call your shopping list, you then have someone who could be, partner. So what that means is, within about 20 minutes, maximum, so if you want to drag it out, it can take 20 minutes. I got this down to about 6. So that means that I knew very quickly which of those they fit into. So I knew whether to walk away, stay and have some fun with them because they were friendly and were a pretty good match, or I thought, wow, this person's ticking a lot of boxes, they're partner potential. Now obviously, that doesn't come up very often. Now I know for my lady, once I started testing her, she started ticking some big boxes and I thought, I've got to get this one out on a date. So very quickly I knew that I wanted to talk further with her. The next part is once you've filtered them, you want to connect. You want to let them know that you're interested. Not that you're needy or chasing them, but that there's an interest there. You also want to elicit from them an interest so that you can connect on some sort of level. So this is where you start to bring your emotions into it. So here you were just talking about values, beliefs, goals. Now you're bringing emotions into it. Once you've started to connect and there's signs that you look for, you then start to test them. So you filter them out just in conversation. You're not actually saying, so what's your opinion on blah, blah, blah. This is actually just conversing like you do all the time. So all you're doing is just talking and eliciting all these various values and beliefs and things. So here you're actually testing them on certain things. You might have things that for you are a no-go. It's a deal breaker. So you would start testing them on various things that are deal breakers. So then, up until this point, we're about 20 minutes in. So then you know whether to, again, walk away. Because you've done deeper, they're a good friend, but then you might go, oh, they're not partner material. But I'll hang around because, you know, it doesn't look like there's anyone else that's any fun and I'm enjoying myself. So then you know you don't have to try and connect with them on a partner level. You can just have fun with them as a friend. But you're only 20 minutes in. Then once you've got past that, you then can either escalate or schedule. Geez, that's shocking handwriting. Okay, so if you connect with them on a partner level, you can then start to escalate it and actually start to build an attraction. So you can already start to build on the relationship within 30 minutes of meeting someone. I had this down to 20 minutes at my best time, and I was meeting 15, 20 women a night. Or you can say, look, I've got to go catch up with my friends. Let's just reschedule, swap phone numbers, and we'll catch up for the coffee or whatever, but you make the date then, obviously. So that was the little system that I came up with where I could go out and find these people who were potential partners. Now, I didn't come across many that fit into that because I'm very picky now. But my lady has ticked, a hell of a lot of my boxes, which is really cool. So that's all the things that are involved in just working out who your soulmate is and finding them. And we also work out where they'd be and how you'd recognise them, that sort of thing. We can dig right into this as deep as you want to go. So this is finding out who they are so that they're a good match for you and you have the best relationship possible. So I hope that's given you some good information and that it's answered some questions. Again, if you've got any questions, feel free to go to my website, waynebrown.com.au, and send me an email through there, download some of the free stuff that I've got on there. But I'm hoping that's helped you some. And we'll catch you on the final video in a few days. Okay, take care.